Hello and welcome to Real Kampung Chick. Today we're going to be talking about the Sikh men's headgear, the turban, and I have with me my brother Harbans who's going to walk you through why we wear the turban and how it's worn.
A turban has been a tradition for a long time, including the Rajputs, the Jats, all the Central Asian countries, people including Afghanistan and so on, have all used turbans. The word turban comes from a Central Asian language where tur means head and ban means to tie. Turban, something that is to be tied on the head. So in Malay, they call this sarban, and in English they call it turban, which is actually turban. And in Punjab, we don't like long words, so we just cut it short to pag. Now get ready. This is the magic. This is what is under the turban. Under the turban is my long hair. When I was younger, my hair used to be more than 6 feet long. Today I'm much older. I'm 70 over years old, and the hair are much shorter, but they're still a fair length. And over here, you find a beard net. This is to hold the beard in place. This is the real length of the beard, and some people have got even longer beards than this. Now, what we do is we use this comb and we comb the beard. Okay, the beard is tied.
The comb is tucked into the hair.
And this is how you tie the net. Okay, you tie it over the head behind the comb. Okay, it's a slide. It's actually made of metal. You tuck in the beard. Okay. In order to hold it in place, we have this smaller piece of cloth. Balance it both sides equal, put it in the center and bring it behind, and we tie it like this over here, and it's tucked in and tucked in here. Normally we just hold between the teeth and go over the head. That's your turban. When the cloth is starched, okay, it becomes hard. So in order to soften it, to fold it, we spray it with water. The process is the same. We do the same thing and tie the turban the same way, but we leave it on, and sometimes we dry it in front of a fan or aircon or even out in the sun and so on. And after a while, it dries up and becomes hard. The Sikh religion was started by Guru Nanak, who was born in 1469. He was followed by 9 other gurus, so we have a total of 10 gurus. The 10th guru completed the religion. In 1699, during the Vaisakhi period, in front of a gathering, he created the Khalsa of which we are a part, and he gave us this uniform look. He told us to keep our hair long. In order to cover the hair, of course, we wear the turban. The turban was worn even earlier, so it was just a continuation of that. But the keeping of the long hair became a sacred part of Sikhism, which was among the 4 important things that a Sikh is supposed to follow. It was to give them a distinct look. People from far away will be able to identify you as a Sikh. That is the reason why we keep our long hair, because our Guru told us to do so, and we are following his instructions. If you look at the old pictures of the old kings and so on, you'll find that they don't wear the crown like the type that the Europeans wear, the metal piece over the head and all that. Not that. They used to wear the turban, and then you have egrets or some other bird's feathers, okay, which they call kalgi. Now, that was supposed to be the symbol of royalty. So the Guru wore the kalgi. That is why he's called Kalgiyawala, the 10th Guru. That means the Guru with the kalgi, the crown. Now, each one of us was given the title of Sardar. In English, you can call it a chieftain. There are different types of turbans that people wear. They have different styles of tying a turban, and those different styles and all that depends on the region you come from. In some places where they don't tuck in that last part of it, and they just let it flow down. Then the other one, they have another one which with the top end coming out like a fan. You find a lot of the Bangla guys wearing that kind of turban, and that is called a turla or parla. The Nihang Sikhs, they wear a big turban because they are fighters and all that. So while they're fighting and all that, they don't wear helmets, but the turban is there to protect them. Even in the First and Second World War, the Sikh soldiers never wore a helmet, and there are a lot of cases where actually bullets were stopped by the turbans. A lot of them, they had the bullets striking them, and well, they were found lodged inside. In fact, when the Singapore government wanted to make helmets compulsory, the Sikhs were consulted, and in respect of that tradition, they were exempted from wearing a helmet while they were riding a motorcycle. And that was the first country in the world to do so, Singapore. And subsequently, they wanted to make it compulsory in Britain. And the British insisted that the Sikhs must wear a helmet, but the Sikhs refused. At that time, Churchill was still alive, and he spoke up and said, look, these people, they never wore a helmet when bullets were flying. You don't expect them to wear a helmet when riding a motorcycle. They won't do it. So listening to him, the British realized the importance of the turban to the Sikhs, and they allowed the Sikhs, and subsequently a lot of other countries also have done the same thing. It's the intention behind it that matters. Nobody in his right mind and who respects others will ever do that. So it goes to show that the person who is doing it is just doing it because he thinks it's funny, and he thinks that, oh well, it's fun to disturb a Sikh. Well, when you're doing that, of course you'll get angry.